So if you still don't believe that actors and actresses can be involved in these so-called shootings going on nationwide, think again. On visionbox.org, Crisis Actors is a professional group of actors trained at VisionBox to develop and portray characters in emergency training scenarios. The intensity at which they work recreates real-life pressures that first responders going through the training must cope with. Crisis Actors at this time consists of two teams. The first team is the same group that makes up our professional acting ensemble and is the initial group to work on this project. Our actors, with the guidance of filmmaker John Simmons, school safety expert Steve Holban, and executive artistic director Jennifer McCrae Rincon, have developed scenarios aimed at training first responders, teachers, administrators, custodians, etc., how to effectively manage an emergency with quick and powerful decisions. This special group has sessions with police officers, 9/11 operators, school administrators, mall security, radio experts, and school safety training professionals. There is an endless amount of scenarios this group can tackle, which range anywhere from weather issues to a missing child to an unknown intruder. The second team is a group of highly talented actors that have been working on their acting craft by training with master acting teacher Jennifer McCrae Rincon on classic material written by Anton Chekhov, Tennessee Williams, Shakespeare, Brecht, and other influential playwrights. Eventually, the second team will go through the same training the first team went through. This intense work will eventually be applied to portraying characters in a crisis actor training scenario. For more information, please visit the Crisis Actors website. Call us at 720-810-1641 or email us at info@visionbox.org. Thank you.
As a result, they spoke and made a statement. So we'll see if Robbie Parker, I assume he's going to come out to the microphones now and make a statement. Looks like the family is there. They're getting ready to come to the microphone, so we'll listen to Art. Okay. My name's Robbie Parker. My family is one of the families that lost a child yesterday in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings here in Connecticut.
No, I don't.
How young?
Sorry, I don't.
How young was the young?
And I believe everybody except the assailant and his mother will be finished tonight. And I know, I probably know more about firearms than most pathologists, but if I say it in court, they yell at me and don't make me answer. So I'll let the police deal with that for you, the injuries.
But you said it was the long rifle that was used?
Yes.
I thought the long rifle was discovered in the car. That's not correct.
Not correct, sir.
Follow up on that question.
I don't know. There were lots of them. Okay. Y'all gonna have to look at the spreadsheet when we pass it out. I'm sorry.
Did the gunman kill himself with the rifle?
No. I don't know yet. I'll examine him tomorrow morning.
They were just so frightened. Some lady came looking for her son. I hope he's not one of the children. She said, I heard you had 6 kids here. I said, I took him to the firehouse. Her face looked frozen in pain. I've never seen anything like that. Her face looked like it was stone. I said, what is your child's name? And she gave me the name. I have to find out about that kid. How could you kill children? How could you kill one child? How the fuck could you kill a child? Yeah. Here's my grades. See my grades.
Two shooters were initially believed involved in the mass shooting. One of those shooters now dead. What's not been confirmed is whether or not that gunman took his own life or whether or not there was something that ensued after authorities began arriving at the scene. And now the big question will be, is there in fact that second shooter, and where is that second shooter?
He was also, Jay Carney specifically asked about whether assault weapons ban, whether that remains a commitment of the president. And the answer was yes, it does remain a commitment of his. There were reports, you touched on it earlier, Trace touched on it earlier, of a possible accomplice. And there was some tape of police. Let's look at the pictures. There were reports of a second person, perhaps an accomplice, and then we didn't hear much more about that. First we'd heard that they had been pushed off of that, and now we're getting more reports, unconfirmed as of this hour, Rick, but we're getting more reports now from other sources that a second person may be in custody. Have the police said anything about whether they believe that piece of the investigation is still open?
Well, what we had heard was that there was a potential second suspect. You know, oftentimes after these major incidents, you'll have a lot of reports, and many of them turn out to be false. A lot of times there's confusion in the midst of things, and someone may be running from the scene who may be escaping with their life, and people might think that that person is running because they're fleeing the scene because they're somehow involved. We don't know. We're waiting for police to arrive here at this park to brief us and give us more information on the shooting itself. We've been told that there is no active investigation, no active search for a second shooter. That could mean that they have already captured a second person if someone was involved, but we haven't been able to confirm that yet, Megan.
But whether there is still an active search underway for a second gunman, that's the question, and that may have something to do with that helicopter aerial shot of the woods.
Going forward.
Some of the early reports suggested there might be multiple gunmen. Have you seen anything to verify that, or are we just talking about one shooter here who is dead?
I've heard that same report. I don't have any information that would either confirm it, or dispel that report at this time. It's an very active investigation.
Sure, will be rather a day for discussion of the usual Washington policy debates, but I don't think today is that day. Today is not the day to, I believe, as a father, a day to engage in the usual Washington policy debates. I think that day will come, but today's not that day.
He was also, Jay Carney specifically asked about whether assault weapons ban, whether that remains a commitment of the president, and the answer was yes, it does remain a commitment of his.
We have our temple service every Sunday. Starts around 10:30, and usually goes in the afternoon. And around between 10 and 10:30, four white males who were dressed darkly, dressed in all black clothing, came in and opened fire on our congregation. And from what I'm told, about 20 to 25 people have been hit. And my uncle was one of them. He's been taken to the hospital. I don't see the left. One of the gunmen is down, so there's 3 left.
Well, David, in these situations, having covered them a number of times, there's so much information that police are trying to get. Some of the eyewitnesses tend to have wrong information.
Hey guys, what's up? Blaine Cooper here. Military and Foreign Affairs Journal, Veterans Today, very credible source. Sandy Hook, now listen to this. This is very important. You guys need to get this information spread to everyone. Very good article here. It says Obama officials confirmed that it was a drill and no children died during the Sandy Hook supposed shooting. Amazing, you guys. I would go over this article with you, but there's too much to go over right now. We'll do an update on this, and we will go over it together. And me and Thomas Lacavera will do a commentary on it for you. But absolutely amazing, absolutely crazy. Blow your freaking mind. The government knows no bounds and no depths to deceive and absolutely lie to you and try to do everything they can to get their agenda across to enslave you. That's what it's all about. So this is Blaine Cooper. I'm out. A short report. I'll put the link in the description like I always do, and you guys can go there. Please read up on this. Unbelievable. This is Blaine Cooper. I'm out.